Krishna everyone. Welcome to
Krishna.
Saturday Bhakti Saraansh class. Today we are going to read from chapter 1 verse 31 onwards. So let's do Mangalacharan prayers first and then we'll go ahead. You all ready?
Yes.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Abhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swavadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Rupam Sabrajatam Sahagada Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kadha Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Pri Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhya eva cha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, in the chapter 1, we are at a junction where Arjuna has lots of doubts. He has already spoken about the compassion ground, and now he is talking on the enjoyment. So, in the enjoyment 1, which we are on verse 31, so let's chant verse 31. न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे
न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि
हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे
न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च
न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च
न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे
न च
श्रेयोनुपश्यामि
हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे
न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च
न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च
Now full shloka in one go. न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च
न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च
Now we will change the tune a little bit so that will come in the proper ups and downs. न च श्रेयोऽनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च
न च
न च श्रेयो
श्रेयो
दृष्ट्वामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे
न
न
काङ्क्षे विजयं
Nakanshe
कृष्ण
Vijayam Krishna
न
न च
Nacharajam
च
Sukhani Cha.
Okay, listen to me again, okay? And once I finish, just count 1, 2, 3, and then you repeat. So you all will say in unison. न च श्रेयोऽनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च
न च
न
श्रेयो
च श्रेयोऽनुपश्यामि
Swami Hatva
हत्वा
हत्वा
स्वजनमाहवे
Svajnamahave
न
स्वजनमाहवे
काङ्क्षे
न
विजयं
Nakanshe
कृष्ण
Vijayam
विजयं
Krishna
न
कृष्ण
च
Nacharajam Sukhani
राज्यं
Cha.
सुखानि च
Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I
जय
do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. So it's a very valid question. So how will I get any happiness by killing my own kinsmen, my own relatives, my own friends, my elders? How am I going to get the enjoyment when nobody is there? So normally we share the enjoyment with our pleasures with our people, our own people. And if they are not there, who am I going to share this enjoyment with? And what kind of enjoyment is this which I cannot share with my own people? And by killing, hatva means killing. Not a shreya. I can't get that kind of shreya. What is the shreya in this when I'm killing my own people? And hatva means killing. Swajana maha. Swajana means my own people. Swajana mahave. Na kangshe vijayam Krishna. This kind of vijay or this kind of victory is of what use? And a kingdom of what use when it is not giving me any happiness or any happiness to anyone, one who gets the happiness by one who fights the war and he wins the war, then what kind of uh, victory is that where he cannot enjoy that? And that is why the first chapter is called an Arjuna Vishada Yoga. So he's everywhere there is a Vishada in this. So he is having, you know, kind of, bad feeling in this. That's why all these questions are coming to his mind. There is a lamentation every, step. So 27 to 46, it is Arjuna's lamentation. And 31 to 35, it is enjoyment. He's talking about the enjoyment, but within enjoyment, the context is that what kind of enjoyment is this? Again, this is a lamentation only, right? So 27 to 46 in general, these verses are talking about the lamentation of Arjun when he is talking about this war and he is trying to ask questions to Krishna. So it's about the philosophy that Krishna is talking about here, and Arjuna is asking the philosophical questions here, basically. Though we can see that Arjun is asking very straightforward questions, but they are deeper in terms of the philosophy that why am I killing? What is the use of killing my own people? Yeah. So now we'll go and read the purport. So may I ask Kavita Mataji to read, please?
without knowing that one's self intents is in Vishnu or Krishna. Conditioned souls are attracted by bodily relationships, hoping to be happy in such situations. Under delusion, they forget that Krishna is also the cause of material happiness. Arjuna appears to have even forgotten the moral codes for a Kshatriya. It is said that two kinds of men, namely the Kshatriya who dies directly in front of the battlefield under Krishna's personal orders, and the person in the renounced order of life who is absolutely devoted to spiritual culture are eligible to enter into the sun globe, which is too powerful and dazzling. Arjuna is reluctant even to kill his enemies, let alone his relatives. He thought that by killing his kinsman, there would be no happiness in his life, and therefore he was not willing to fight. Just as a person who does not feel hunger is not inclined to cook. He has new desire. He is now decided to go into the forest and live a secluded life in frustration. But as a Kshatriya, he requires a kingdom for his subsistence because the Kshatriyas cannot engage themselves in any other occupation. But Arjuna has had no kingdom. Arjuna's sole opportunity for gaining a kingdom lay in fighting with his cousins and brothers and reclaiming the kingdom inherited from his father, which he does not like to do. Therefore, he considers himself fit to go into the forest to live a secluded life of frustration.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So, what Prabhupada is explaining so nicely here, he's talking about the four Varnas, Kshatriya, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So, each one has their duty. Krishna has created those, Chatur Varnam Maya Sashtam Gunakarma Vibhagashaha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So, he created based on the kind of work they are involved into. Brahman is doing the Brahminical duties. That means he's teaching, he's doing all the puja, karma, etc., by which he is able to sustain or he is able to feed his family. So that's his job. Kshatriya's job is to do the administration, and his subsistence is based on that. Vaishya is the person who is involved in all kind of vyavasaya, right? He is involved in the business, so that's how he is earning money and is able to feed his people, his family. And the labor class, which is the Kshudra, they are working for others and then earning their livelihood. So, being a Kshatriya, Arjun, his job is to kill. He has to have some kingdom where he will rule, he will administer, and accordingly he will be able to do uh, he will be able to feed his family. But here, now if he doesn't do that, what is going to happen? So that is the question on a very high level. However, here Arjun, though he is Kshatriya, but here the context and the subject is his own people, how he can go and kill them, right? So he's talking about when he is going to kill, what is the Shreya he is going to get? What kind of Shreya he is going to get out of this? So Shreya is a long-term good. What am I going to get at the end of this? So I'm killing them, then what kind of Shreya in the long term I'm going to get? So Shreya, Preyas. Preyas is short-term goal, and Shreyas is the long-term goal. See, there's a quick fix and there's a long-term fix, isn't it? So quick fix is the Preyas. And long-term fix is the Shreyas. We can understand that way. So long-term goal or target and the benefit out of that. So that's how we should, understand this. So a student in a college think that there is a party. Let me go to the party. And there is a cricket match. There is a cricket match. Let me go to cricket match, and that's his praise. So immediate pleasure by seeing that Tendulkar is playing, Ricky Ponting is playing, and all those. So he is watching that match and finding, happiness in watching them, how the catches are being taken, how the bowling is being done by various players, So he thinks that let me go to the party or let me go to the cricket match and I will get the immediate pleasure. But someone thinks in terms of career, there is study and I have come to college to study. And if I will study more and more, then there is a long-term career ahead of me. Nacha Shreyo Nupashyami. So Arjun is saying, I am thinking about Shreya. I am not thinking about prayers. Yeah. So I am thinking from long-term perspective, long-term point of view. So what will I gain? I am not thinking the kingdom just about the war and winning the kingdom. I'm thinking about after war, after getting the kingdom, after that, Nata Shreyo Nupashyami. I don't see any good. I don't see any benefit. Hatva Swajanam Ahave. By killing my own peoples. Hatva Swajanam. Swajana, right? Ahave. If in battlefield I will kill Swajana, so Arjun has again used Swajana. Oh, these are my relatives. Na Kankshe Vijayam Krishna. So Kankshe is from Akanksha. What is your Akanksha? What is your goal? What is your purpose of doing that? What have I go? Akanksha has two part to it. One is you expect for something and you get it. Right? So we do the Kanksha or the Akanksha for trying for something which by doing the prayatna, by doing the right steps you have taken, then you get it, then you are going to enjoy that, isn't it? So when you get it, what kind of happiness or what kind of enjoyment you are going to get in that? So if in a battlefield, I will kill my swajana, then what kind of kanksha which I am going to fulfill? So na kankshe vijayam Krishna. What will be the pleasure if my teacher, my grandfather, they all are dead? What will be the pleasure left for me? How can I kill them? So hatva swajanam ahave, I cannot kill them. In Mahabharata, for first 9 days, Bhishma dominated, and then Yudhishthir Maharaj remembered that Bhishma told him to approach him when the time will come, and then he will tell them how he will be killed. So Pandavas approached him, and he said, if Shikhandi is in front, he will not shoot arrows. So when they were returning, Arjun became sentimental and told Krishna how I can kill him because he was very loving and affectionate relative. And he was very affectionate towards him. He said when he was a child, then he will be coming running from the playground. And he used to take, quickly on his, in the lap. And he used to call him, grandfather. But he said, no, I'm your dad. No, I'm your grandfather. I'm not your dad. He used to say, father. But he will say, no, I'm not your father. I'm your grandfather. So like that, they used to play like that. So he's just remembering all those instances where, how he used to play with his grandfather. And that's where, he gets absolutely puzzled that how is he going to handle that situation once he kills him. So those kind of, feeling that Arjuna is seeing here, and he is absolutely puzzled what to do. Now, Bhishma's power of fighting was tremendous. He could fight for days. He could, kill, big armies alone. That kind of, warrior skills that he had. And that's where they don't know how to do it. But there was a point where if Shikhandi comes in front of him. Okay, so then now here is the suspense with the Shikhandi that we'll come to know in the next verses. So the next few verses are coming in from 30 to 35, 3 verses, they are together. Okay. So here there is a feeling that Arjuna is now expressing to Krishna in 32 to 35. Though in 31 also he has expressed his feelings. Kim no rajyena govindam kim bhoger jivetina va yeshamarthe kankshitam no rajya bhogam sukhani cha त इमेव स्थिता युद्धे प्राणान् सक्ता धनानि च आचार्य पितरः पुत्रास्तैव च पितामहः मातुला शशुरा पौत्रशाला सम्बन्धिनस्तथा एतान्न हन्तुमिच्छामि रत्नोऽपि मधुसूदन अपि त्रैलोक्यस्य राज हेतो किं नु महि कृते निहत्य धातराष्ट्रान्नः का प्रीति सज्जनार्दनः. So here he has, for everyone that he is there in front of him, he's explaining his, his fear and his love for them. How can I kill? Pautra, Shala, Sambandita. So all his relatives, those who have studied with him, those who are, somebody's son, somebody's grandson, etc. They all were fighting against now. So how am I going to kill them? Because I have seen them such small kids. Now they are big, but they are still, again, they have to, because it's the dharma of Kshatriya to fight. So they all are fighting against us. We are fighting against them. And I'm sure that I'm going to kill them. But then what is the fun? What is the enjoyment am I going to get? So he is lamenting continuously. His lamentation is very, very visible in all this. So the translation that Srila Prabhupada has done, O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities. So he says Govinda. Govinda is the one who is maintainer of all living entities. I'm not prepared to fight with them, even in exchange for the 3 worlds. Even if I get 3 worlds, I'm not prepared. Let alone this earth. What pleasure will be derived from killing the sons of the Rashtra? So that is the question is there in his mind. And there is a long purport on these 3 verses. So I may request Devalina to read it quickly, because it is kind of, his feelings that he has, and how Prabhupada beautifully explained it. Why I asked all of you to read the purport, because this way we are also reading Srila Prabhupada books, and we are living that mood of Srila Prabhupada by reading it. And how Prabhupada has explained it with so much compassion. And for his students are all of us, right? So when we read, we get Prabhupada's feelings on reading these shlokas, and how he explained it so nicely. For nights together, for so many years, he has done this work. Yeah. Devalina, please go ahead.
Arjun has addressed Lord Krishna as Govinda because Krishna is the object of all pleasures for cows and the senses. By using this significant word, Arjun indicates that Krishna should understand what will satisfy Arjuna's senses. But Govinda is not meant for satisfying our senses. If we try to satisfy the senses of Govinda, however, then automatically our own senses are satisfied. Materially, everyone wants to satisfy his senses, and he wants God to be the order supplier for such satisfaction. The Lord will satisfy the senses of the living entities as much as they deserve, but but not to the extent that they may covet. But when one takes the opposite way, namely, when one tries to satisfy the senses of Govinda without desiring to satisfy one's own senses, then by the grace of Govinda, all the desires of the living entity are satisfied. Arjuna's deep affection for community and family members is exhibited here partly due to his natural compassion for them. He is therefore not prepared to fight. Everyone wants to, want, Arjuna's deep affection for community and family members is exhibited here partly due to his natural compassion for them. He is therefore not prepared to fight. Everyone wants to show his opulence to friends and relatives, but Arjun fears that all his relatives and friends will be killed on the battlefield and he will be unable to share his opulence after victory. This is a typical calculation of material life. The transcendental life, however, is different. Since a devotee wants to satisfy the desire of the Lord, he, Lord willing, accept all kinds of opulence for the service of the Lord. And if
It
the
was
Lord
he
is
can. It was he can. Desires of the Lord. So
he can,
he can.
Lord he can, Lord willing, accept all kinds of opulence for the service of the Lord. And if the Lord is not willing, he should not accept a farthing.
Farthing.
Farthing. Arjuna did not want to kill his relatives, and if there were any need to kill them, he desired that Krishna kill them personally. At this point, he did not know that Krishna had already killed them before their coming into the battlefield, and that he was only to become an instrument for Krishna. This fact is disclosed in following chapters. As a natural devotee of the Lord, Arjun did not like to retaliate against his miscreant cousins and brothers, but it was the Lord's plan that they should all be killed. The devotee of the Lord does not retaliate against the wrongdoer, but the Lord does not tolerate any mischief done to the devotee by the miscreants. The Lord can excuse a person on his own account, but he excuses no one who has done harm to his devotees. Therefore, the Lord was determined to kill the miscreant, although Arjuna wanted to excuse them.
Yeah, wonderful. So actually, what he's saying that Kim no Rajyena Govinda. Oh Govinda, what I will do with such a kingdom. Kim Bhoger, what can we enjoy in fact? How we are going to live also if all our loved ones are hatva, they are all killed. Yesham artha kankshitam. No. So for enjoying with whom we want all this. Rajam bhogana sukhanicha. With whom you wanted to enjoy, they are in battlefield. Ta ime Vasishtha yuddhe. They are all in warfield. That they are all situated in warfield. And pranamscha tyaktva dhananicha. So they are ready to give up wealth, their life in the battlefield. So they are standing there in order to kill or get killed. In the spirit of Yuyutsavaha. And Arjuna is going to list all those whom he has listed earlier. Isn't it? So listing was there, but that was not Arjun listing what was Sanjay listing. What Arjun saw, now Arjun is repeating that list and he is speaking that they are all my relatives. How can I kill them? So going by World Cup example, if we, okay, it is not that everyone in our country will be killed, but you have to kill all of them to get World Cup. No, I can't do that. So he's saying, how can I kill my people? I can't kill them. So actually, Arjuna is thinking in terms of his own enjoyment. He is not thinking in terms of his eternal dharma. So obviously, the example is not appropriate for this. But here I am not talking about objective appropriateness, but subjective emotions. For each one, so subject is here to kill all of them, those who are standing in front in the war. And who they are, if we look at the subjectively, objective is to kill all of them. But the subject are the relatives. And how can I kill them? So we cannot enjoy if we lost those with whom we will celebrate the joy. So Arjun is saying the same thing, how I will enjoy what I will enjoy. So he's saying, who all will be killed with whom I would have enjoyed. So who all are that? Acharya, Pitara, Putras, Tathaiva cha Pitamaha. So, and we have discussed about this Matula, Shashura, Putra, Putras, and all that. Shalya, Sambandhinas, Tatha. So I don't have desire to kill them. Etana hantum ichchami. Even if I am killed, Ghnatopi Madhusudana. Why is he calling him Madhusudana? Because he has killed the demon Madhu. Shalya. Shalya is his brother-in-law, like Drishtadimna. So all the Sambandhinas, Satha, they are all relatives. And he said, I cannot kill them, even if they kill me. I'm fine getting killed. I'm fine by giving away my body, my life. So, O Janardhan, by killing them, what will I gain? So now, why is he calling him Janardhan here? Because he is the father of everyone, Janardhana. So here we see that Krishna is referred by many names. First lines in 32, he is referred by Govinda. Kimmuno Rajyena Govinda. Oh Govinda, what will be the Rajya give to us when you have no one to enjoy with? In 34, he is referred by Madhusudana. In 35 verse, he is referred to Janardana. So, we will see that Krishna and Arjun refer to each other by various names. So actually, name is also opulence of a person. If you call other person by name, it is intimate. And if a person has many names, that is like opulence of that person, then which name one is using, that also indicates the mood sometimes. Two friends, when they talk to each other, they call them by formal names. And when they are with themselves, they will call by nicknames. And the way we call the person indicate our emotional attachment to us or emotional state, and it will accordingly affect the person. So these various names are also indicate Arjun's thinking. Like when you're talking to your daughter, you'll say, oh darling, please listen to me, what I'm saying, So that creates the emotions when you are trying to convince your daughter, your son, like that, So that's the cultural way of addressing someone when you are talking to somebody, right? Or talking to your mother, like, so oh mom, please listen to what I'm saying. So there is a love. So there is a nickname, right? But there is nothing other than that you can call a mom or mom or ai or akka or whatever it is, tai. So these are the names that we use normally as far as my knowledge goes, There could be many ways of. So other than that, Gopal, Gopal, go can be cows or senses, and so protector of senses. Gopal, the one who takes care of the cows is the Gopal. And for us, the Gopal is the one who is protector of our senses. Gopal. So Govinda means one who gives pleasure to the senses. So how Krishna is the delighter of senses. So when we serve Krishna, our senses get supreme delight. Rishikena, Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. So we use every Rishika in order to serve Krishna. So that is Rishikesha. All right, any question on this verse? So you must have heard Om Bhagavate, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, that Pandit Dasaraj has sung. Om Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya. So,
Yeah, nice.
sorry?
It is very beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Beautiful
very
is your
good.
song. Yeah.
So, there are verses, Jivve Sadaiva Bhaja Sundarani, Namani Krishnasya Manoharani, Samas Swastha Bhakta Arthati Vinashni, Govinda Damodar Madhavi. Right? So, O tongue, I am praying to you, Jivve Sadaiva, always, Jivve Sadaiva Bhaja Sundarani. My Jivva should always bhaja Sundarani. And what that Sundarani is? Namani Krishnasya Manoharani.
Krishna's name. Krishna's name. Krishna's name.
Yeah. Samasta Bhakta Artharthi Vishnavani. So chant worship the holy name in very respectful ways. So it is not a mechanical way of chanting, it has to be done with love. See, everything has a, Jivve Sadaiva Bhaja Sundarani. What we should worship? Namani Krishnasya Manoharani. So he is not just saying names are sweet, Madhur. He is often said he is saying beautiful names. So generally, we talk about beauty for something which is perceived by eyes. For example, who will say that this prasad is beautiful? We will say this prasad is delicious, isn't it? Because depending on the subject, we change the way we are, saying the glories of that. So glory depends on how it is. So if somebody is very powerful, we will not say, oh, he's so beautiful.
Oh.
Oh, he's so powerful. So there is also one of the adjectives that we can give to a person. It's a very Herculean kind of body. So here Arjun is telling to Krishna, I told you, my mouth is dried up. My limbs are trembling. So he said, my senses are aflame. My skin is burning. Oh Krishna, why are you putting me in such situation where all my senses are drying up? And I am suffering terribly. You are Govinda, you give pleasure, but actually Krishna will give pleasure to Arjun by engaging him in devotional service. And he is Janardhan, protector of Jana Ardhana, means protector, and Jana means people. You have to protect people. Why are you engaging me in something which will cause destruction of the family? So Janardhan can mean Jana plus Ardhana or Jana plus Radhana, depending on how prefix can be separated. Janardhana, Jana Ardhana. So it depends how you use the word in pronunciation. So Krishna has come here to rid the world of ungodly element, those who are the burden on the earth. And in that sense, Janardhan, he is always well-wisher, but his well wishes are sometimes displayed by riding the bodies of sinful people. Their sinful propensities are temporarily checked, and disruption of law and order and in society which they are causing because of their demonic activities are stopped. So he has to make sure that the law and order is taken care of. So that is how the paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So he is destroying the dushkritinams, those who are doing the bad work, or dushkritina. Yeah. And vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya and sambhavami yuge yuge. Every yuga he will come and will try and establish this. Any questions?
Prabhu, I got one question.
Sorry?
I have one question,
Yeah,
Prabhu.
please go ahead.
This one is the last week class. It's a conclusion. It is describing someone who is perplexed, heavily perplexed, and so Arjun explaining inability, confusion in the verse. Not only his Gandiva is slipping from his hand, his mind is racing, everything is wrong, indication of disaster that these are the omen going to happen. He was very scared. So the conclusion is when we are in this exact situation, we must think and serve how to serve Krishna in this situation in our life.
Yeah.
So we are not able to make sense out of it, but Krishna have planned something for us. So he have placed something, and this can only happen when we have faith onto him, right? But my question is, how we supposed to know is the Krishna's plan we must surrender to him, or is it our wrong steps in life? So how to differentiate if that is our decision, or is it the Krishna's decision?
Okay. So it is what I understand is like this, that your question is that Arjuna is going through all those perplexities and his feelings, and he's having a lot of anxiety, and that's why having all those outer indications on bodily expressions that his body is trembling, his mouth is drying up, etc., etc. So all these things are happening, and same thing may happen to us as well. But how do we know whether Krishna is putting us in this situation,
Yeah.
or we have done something because of which we are? My understanding is correct now? Okay.
Yes, correct.
All right. So look, when we expect that whether Krishna is putting us in this situation, yes. Krishna is always testing his devotees and making sure that the devotee become stronger and stronger and stronger in his bhakti. Okay. But that can happen only when we are totally devoted to Krishna and we are surrendering ourselves to Krishna. Our job is not to keep testing Krishna. Oh, Krishna, are you putting me in this situation? Or I am doing my bad something and that's the reason I am putting it. First, our job is to do the bhakti. Take Bhagavad Gita and the teachings as a guide in order to go through our life. So for that matter, Gaur Gopal Prabhu says very good uh, sentence. He says, don't go through life, grow through life. So grow through the life. So learn what you have done wrong and don't do it again, and do better than what you have done. So better in the sense that you have to do something better by which you will learn something and grow from there, instead of giving discredit to someone, saying that, oh, because of him, this happened. Because of Krishna, this is happening to me. No, that is not the way we have to see it. How we have to see it, that how much is our surrender to Krishna? And is Krishna putting us into this situation, or we have brought this on us? And even if Krishna has put us in that situation, how we should be taking this as a lesson for our life, learning from there and growing from there to get ahead, instead of lamenting on it and not progressing further. Am I right? Yeah. Now, I don't have a job for last 1.5 years. Do I have to still keep crying for it? And oh, I'm not getting a job. Krishna is putting me into this trouble. I'm not saying that I'm such a great person, but what I can only try. Pratnanti Parameshwar. So I'm trying. One day will come when I'll get it. Put yourself in that situation and look at the situation, that how you can be positive in that. Our prayatna, our desire always to keep Krishna in us all the time, in our mind, in our actions, in whatever we are doing. So that is the way that we live the Krishna conscious life. Instead of finding that, oh, this person has done this thing, that still he has, achieved so much. And I have done so much, but still I am not getting anything. No, let's not compare. Each individual is different. We all of us are going through many lives and then come to this janma. And we don't know how many janmas before this we had. And then we came to here, and probably we are having the least trouble in this life than what we could have had, might have had earlier. We don't know. So always think that, oh, Krishna, you have put me into such a good situation, and I will try my best to come out of the situation where I am in now. So I need to keep trying my best. I chant my rounds, listen to the lectures, go to the temple, always do my bhakti like that. So keep trying, and you will get there, right? Have I answered your question, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Very clear. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question? Good to see Madhavi. All right. So now the next verse. Papam eva shredasamana
Papam shreyedasamanha
hatva etana atatayanaha.
tatvaitanah tatayinah.
Atatayana. Atatai means the one who are militants. Atatai. Atatayana. Tasmanarha vayam hantum.
Tasmanarayam mantum
Dharta rashtransha bandhavana.
dhartarashtraन् sabandhavana
Bhajanam hi katham hatva.
Swajanam katham hatva
Sukhina Shama Madhava.
sukhina madhava.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsman? Now he is using the other trick to let Krishna know his lamentation here, So now he is saying, sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Yeah. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra because they are Atatai. By killing Atatai of sons of Dhritarashtra, what is the benefit that we are going to get Krishna? Krishna, who is the husband of the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi. Goddess of fortune is Lakshmi. And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? And how will I be happy by killing your own people? Arjuna is asking very valid question here. And he is addressing Krishna as the husband of goddess fortune. Shama Madhava. Yeah. So he is Radha Madhava, right? So Madhavaha. So he is saying that Madhava, you are the husband of Lakshmi. It's one who gives happiness to everyone, gives pleasure to everyone. And how can you see that this is going to happen and how good that is going to happen after doing that? Yeah. Yes, Saloni? Popper.
Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the son of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? I'll read the purport now, sorry.
That's fine.
According to Vedic injunctions, there are 6 kinds of aggressors. A poison giver, number 2, one who sets fire to the house, 3, one who attacks with deadly weapons, 4th, one who plunders riches, the 5th, one who occupies another's land, and 6th, one who kidnaps a wife. Such aggressors are at once to be killed, and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors. Such killing of aggressors is quite befitting an ordinary man. But Arjun was not an ordinary man. He was saintly by character, and therefore he wanted to deal with them in saintliness. This kind of saintliness, however, is not for a Shastriya. Although a responsible man in the administration of a state is required to be saintly, he should not be cowardly. For example, Lord Rama was so saintly that people even now are anxious to live in the kingdom of Lord Rama, Rama Rajya. But Lord Rama never showed any cowardice. Ravan was an aggressor against Ram because Ravan kidnapped Rama's wife, Sita, but Lord Rama gave him sufficient lesson, unparalleled in the history of the world. In Arjun's case, however, one should consider the special type of aggressors, namely his own grandfather, own teacher, friends, son, grandson, etc. Because of them, Arjun thought that he should not take the severe step necessary against ordinary aggressors. Beside that, saintly persons are advised to forgive. Such injunctions for saintly persons are more important than any political emergency. Arjun considered that rather than kill his own kinsmen for political reason, it would be better to forgive them on grounds of religion and saintly behavior. He did not, therefore, consider such killing profitable simply for the matter of temporary bodily happiness. After all, kingdoms and pleasures derived therefrom are not permanent. So why should he risk his life and eternal salvation by killing his own kinsmen? Arjun's addressing of Krishna as Madhava, or the husband of goddess of fortune, is also significant in this connection. He wanted to point out to Krishna that as the husband of the goddess of fortune, he should not induce Arjun to take up a matter which would ultimately bring about misfortune. Krishna, however, never brings misfortune to anyone, to say nothing of his devotees.
Yeah, wonderful. So
Very
now,
smart.
yeah, so you must have seen the small kids when they start going to the school. Initially, they are very, very enthusiastic in going to the school. After a few days and all, they start giving the excuses. No, I'm having a stomach ache today. I haven't slept properly, so I don't want to go like that. So you look at the Arjuna's, stages in every time he is coming up with a new bahana, right? Now because he
He
doesn't want to
says,
fight. So he's now coming to the level that, another reason he's giving here. So Arjuna has given various reasons. First, he gave reason for the compassion. How can I kill others? Then he gave reasons as enjoyment. How can I enjoy with all my relatives? By killing them. Now he's going for other reason and saying, what about sinful reactions? We kill our own relatives, we get sinful reactions. So Arjun every time, coming up with the reason. However, though I compared that with a small kid who is going to the school, but here the reasons are very, very, intelligent reasons that he gave. He said, Papam eva shayet asman. We will be taking shelter of Papa. It will come upon me. Actually, generally, we talk about ashraya in a positive way, right? So when there is we go out somewhere and it starts raining, we take ashraya of some shed, isn't it? Or when we go into some guru's shelter, that is called ashraya as well. I am in the shelter of so and so guru, like that. So that is ashraya again. So here the ashraya is used in the positive sense, but here the ashraya is used in the negative sense. So to take shelter of Papa means let Papa come upon us. Papa will cover us. So it is not a shelter, but it is a burden, basically. So shelter is used in that sense here. Okay. And Hatvaitan Atatayana. If we kill these Atatayin, Ata means stretched and Tai means how so. Atatayana means those who come with stretched bow, means those who are aggressors, those who come with the intention to destroy or kill. They are Atatayi. Like militants, what we understand, That's nowadays it's happening everywhere in the world. The militants are everywhere, and what they are doing, we all know. Right? So Tasman Nara Vayam Hantum. Tasman means therefore we should not kill them because we will get sin. Nara Vayam Hantum. It is not appropriate for us to kill them. So Dhatarashtra Sa Bandhavan. So sons of Dhritarashtra and other relatives, we should not kill them. If we kill them, Swajanam hi katham hatva. This third time Arjuna is using the word Swajana. They all are my relatives. How can I kill them? And what kind of sukha will I get? Sukhina Shama Madhava. Oh Madhava, what happens? What happiness can I get out of this? Again, the same Madhav is significant over here. Madhav refers to Krishna as Lord of Goddess for fortune. So when he is Lord of Goddess of fortune, that means he is the bestower of fortune. The one who bestows the fortune, and the fortune is in his side. Whose fortune in his side is Lakshmi Devi. So she is her eternal potency. So whatever he is there is good fortune. So wherever Krishna is there as a mother, there is a fortune always available. So Arjun, implication over here is, why are you bringing misfortune upon me, Lord? So Srila Prabhupada writes in his purport that, the God is all auspicious. So God never desire harm for anyone. So Krishna never ever bring misfortune to anyone for that matter. So nothing of his devotees, but sometimes we may feel that God is bringing misfortune to us. Like what Kavita Bhatai was also asking the question, whether he's putting us into that situation or it is because of us. So we need to understand from here. So we have to understand that Krishna's action may not be pleasant, but they are always benevolent. Yeah. So pleasant means that which feels good, and benevolent means that which does good. Like a surgeon who is doing a surgery in the body. It may sound, oh, he's going to remove this part of my body. It is going to be painful. But if you look at the long-term goal, it is going to do good to us, isn't it? That's why he's doing the surgery. He's cutting a boil from your body. And that's why he is doing the surgery. So surgical knife of Krishna is cutting here the attachment of the bodily misconception, the illusion which has come from bodily misconception. So this is going to bring supreme fortune to Arjuna. And Srila Prabhupada also explained that what are the Atatayana? So Atatayi means there are 6 types of aggressors that Krishna talks about. The aggressor 1 is the poison giver. Yeah. So we know the example of Duryodhana gave poison to Bhima. Yeah. And then that Lakshagraha, he sets on fire. And one who attacks with deadly weapons, when Pandavas were sent to exile, Duryodhana planned to attack them with full army. That time, Vyasadeva came and cursed that if he will dare this, he is cursed to be destroyed. And then Abhimanyu killing. Ashwatthama killed the sons of Draupadi and tried to kill Maharaj Parikshit in womb. So when he was in the womb, that time he tried to kill. So one who plunders riches, gambling matches, etc. So, and one who occupies another's land, politically, by doing some politics. Someone who kidnaps someone's wife. Yeah, like Sita Mata was, kidnapped by Ravan. He was another kind of, yeah, aggressor. And Draupadi's example, so the Jayadratha tried to kidnap her. So like that. So there are various good examples given in our Puranas. So such attackers are already done bad karma and they deserve to be punished. So the punishment to such crime is capital punishment, and for killing them, there is no bad reaction. And if a Kshatriya doesn't kill them, that person will get karma reaction. And in future life, Kshatriya will also get some reaction as he fails to administer them by giving proper punishment. If you are an administrator and if you don't take the proper action, what will happen to you? You get the bad karma anyway. So better to do the proper administration, do your duty rather than getting the bad karma of not doing the duty. Isn't it? So here the aggressors are relatives. So as per culture, relatives should be protected. So that is Arjuna's confusion. So whether he should kill them or because they are relatives, talk to them and probably convince them they should never do this again and just go away from the war and, forget about the Kshatriya Dharma and the Kula Dharma, just go home and relax so that you will not be killed. So he is thinking about the Kula Dharma and his Varna Dharma so that, he will not be killing any innocent people in this war. So that's
But
what.
probably all sort of talks was already done. After that, they were here at Kurukshetra, because all kind of sort of sandhi and everything was done. And then because they were so adamant, Dhritarashtra's sons were so adamant that, especially Duryodhan. So everything was done. So the thing is that even Krishna went there as a क्या कहेंगे उसको, peacemaker. That even you give 5 villages, they will be satisfied with only 5 villages. Everything was happened there. So why he is saying this thing? That because he knew that everything happened, and even they refused for giving only 5 villages. He said that even I will not give us inch of a piece land. So so it's not that he was ignorant that this is not happened. It happened. So what is the use of reminding that okay, we will talk, we should not fight, because everything happened. And that was the last, you can say, that thing. And he was ready to fight Duryodhana. Okay, we will see you in Kurukshetra. So the thing is that why he's saying this.
Okay, so there's a difference between Duryodhan and Arjun, right? Arjun is a devotee and Duryodhan is not a devotee. Devotee can think about others because he is, he has feelings in his heart and mind for others.
So,
Yeah, he has a very soft-hearted. Devotee should be soft-hearted, is what Arjuna is showing here. And we have, is there whole Sydney attending this class? No, only a few devotees are attending the class. So if you go and find how many are the devotees there. So even if Krishna has showed his Virata Rupa, how many people could see there in the Kurukshetra? Only one who was a devotee. That is Arjun. And it was shown only to him. So that's the difference. So it was Krishna gave lots of chances to Duryodhana for him to not fight this war, But he still was very adamant on his demands and what he wanted to do. So if the person gets adamant on such things, the only solution is the war, to give him the proper treatment, and this is where we are now. Have I answered your question?
No.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Good question, Prabhuji. At the very beginning of the purport, the 6 aggressors. One is the one who attacks with deadly weapons. In this battlefield, every warrior will be using a deadly weapons. Each one of them. The other thing is, like in our personal life, if in the event of a self-defense, we end up killing someone. It was not our intention. It was just a self-defense, but the person end up dead. We become an aggressor. We have killed someone. Is this justifiable? Like
No, not really. See, for example, Prabhupada also was asked this question, that what happens when we kill a cockroach? Do we get the sinful reaction? Like we may kill the
Mosquitoes.
mosquitoes. Do we get the sins in that case? So no. So
No?
that's a reflex section of the body. When the mosquito sits on there, you just go and kill it. Right? So it is no sinful reaction, because that's how they are made to be killed.
Oh, okay. I'm glad to hear that about the cockroach, because I'm scared of them. My first reaction
So cockroach
is
is
to
kind of even the nuclear war happens, they don't get killed.
Yeah.
There are such kind of jivas.
Yeah.
Cockroach still can survive, but
Yeah.
it should be killed by using some chemicals, etc. So that's how it is. And
Okay.
you can't, just do you want mosquitoes to come and bite you and you are just sitting relaxed?
No.
You can't do that, right?
No.
Yeah.
But Jain people will do that.
Just one thing. I think Saraansh is asking something else.
So the next question is one who plunders riches. So my understanding here is just like Yudhishthira, the king. He was very rich and he squandered all his fortune in the games, the dice game. So in my opinion, he should be punished because he gambled himself, his wealth, his brothers, and his wife.
Yeah, so he is getting punished in the sense that he has to go through all this.
That is his punishment.
Yeah, so he is anyway going through all these pains and then realizing, oh, I shouldn't have played.
Yeah.
Right? And Yudhishthira himself tells Arjun, Yudhishthira comes to Bhishma Dev and asks him that, what is the ultimate goal of life and how. Then Bhishma Dev, he explains, he tells, what do you call, Vishnu Sahasranam that time, on the battlefield of Kshetra, when he was lying on the bed of arrows. That time he has chanted that and told everything to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Because Yudhishthira Maharaj was feeling very bad when Bhishma Pitama was lying on the arrows of bed and he was going to leave his life. Because he had Ichha Mrityu. That time he tells everything that, whatever has happened, but now Krishna and Vishnu is the everything, and you should, always follow him. So they're all part and parcel of this Leelas and the Puranas. Okay. Yeah. It's already 11:18, so I think we should stop here. Any question anyone has? On Sunday, I think it is Dashera, Vijayadashmi.
Yeah. Today.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll have a very good festival in the temple. So please come to the temple. I can only request people to come to the temple. But please try and start coming to the temple. Otherwise, you are missing the fun, you know. All right. So let's chant Vaishnava Pranam and then we can stop. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha कृपासितुभ्य एव च पतितानां वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय
Jai.
श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय सद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल
Hari.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.